Hello and welcome to Wedding Wednesdays with Weddings Online. My name is Kelly and I'm a former wedding planner and blogger, and I'm obsessed with weddings. If you're planning a wedding in Ireland, you're in the right place. You're going to learn the tried and tested methods to planning your dream wedding without the added stress. Think of this as your one-stop shop for everything to do with planning your wedding in Ireland, with me, your new wedding planning bestie, and a cup of tea. This is Wedding Wednesdays with Weddings Online. Well, it's Wedding Wednesday time, and today we're talking all about date night ideas. And so this one is for you if you are in a relationship. So whether you are dating or engaged or married, wherever you are in your wedding planning journey, maybe you are newly engaged. Congratulations if you are. Or maybe you've been engaged for a while and you're about to get married. No matter where you are in your relationship journey, it's always a good thing to prioritize the romance and the date nights in your relationship. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a list of different date night ideas. I've actually got 18 different ideas, so we're going to fly through those together for all different budgets. So I'm not going to suggest 18 expensive things that you do, because I recognize that if you're spending a lot of money on your wedding, you might not have a ton of money left over for the romance side of things. So I've got all kinds of ideas for big budgets, small budgets, mostly small budgets, because let's be real, that's what we're working with here. But I also have a challenge for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking out on our Instagram page. And if you have listened to this podcast episode and you like the sound of any of these date night ideas, I want to challenge you to take your other half on a date using one of these ideas, post about it on Instagram and tag Weddings Online, because I want to see what date night inspiration you guys have. And if you have any ideas that are different to the ones that I've shared, post about them anyway and tag us, because I want to be inspired by your date nights as well. So I can't wait to share what you guys have been up to. So let's get stuck in. Number one, something you can do for your date night is you can visit a secondhand bookshop. So now if you're anything like me, you can spend ages flicking through old books. You just love the smell of the books. And what you could do is you could buy a book for each other. And that's a fun activity to read together and to share something that you may have read before with your other half to see if they have similar reading tastes to you. Here's a good one. On a nice warm day, you could go on a picnic. So I love a good picnic. It could be a daytime picnic, or if it's summer and it's warm and it's light, it could be an evening picnic. Put all your favorite snacks in. You can choose a good wine. Just put it all in a picnic basket, get a blanket, and you can spend the afternoon or evening just relaxing together, having a lovely romantic picnic. Okay, date night idea number 3, make your favorite restaurant meal. Okay, so if we're talking about budget dates, it's a bit pricey to go to your favorite restaurant if it's an expensive restaurant, but to find a recipe and recreate your favorite meal together, not only is it more affordable, but it's also really romantic. That is, of course, unless you're not good at cooking and there's a risk that you're going to burn the house down, to which I would say just be careful and just make sure that you have a fire extinguisher nearby. Okay, another thing you can do, if you're the outdoorsy type, so sure, this isn't really a date night idea, it's a date day idea, but you could go on a hike together. And maybe a hike is not your thing, but a lovely walk is your thing. Find an amazing place that you can walk together, because this is Ireland we're talking about. There are so many amazing places to explore, and why not embrace that as part of your date? Okay, this is something that my husband and I do at least 2 or 3 times a week. We play games together. Okay, we love games. It's great for winter or any kind of chilly weather, or just if you don't feel like being outside because it's so hot and sunny, you just want to escape the heat. Play a game. Okay, so one of my favorites is Yahtzee. I bought it for my husband as a Christmas present a couple of years ago when it was the middle of lockdown and all the shops were closed, and I had to go to a grocery store and buy his Christmas present at the last minute. Luckily, they had a game section and they had Yahtzee, and I know he had never played, so I thought, I'm just going to take a risk and buy this for him. It was the gift that kept on giving, because we still play the game to this day, and I beat him at least half the time. But other games you can try, just Scrabble, Monopoly, any kind of 2-player card game. If you like to have a little bit of competition, you could even keep track of who's won and how many games, and you can have an ongoing tournament of some kind that spans weeks or even months. But playing a game together is always a fun date activity. Speaking of fun date activities, what about doing a quiz? I actually made a quiz for my husband for Valentine's Day. It must have been last year or the year before. It was the middle of lockdown. We couldn't really go anywhere and do anything. So I just created a quiz based on different things that I knew he enjoyed. So TV shows that he likes, I just created like trivia quizzes for him about, some of the things that I know that he really, really enjoys. And it was loads of fun. But if you don't have the time or the energy to create a quiz, there are so many quizzes you can find online that you can do together. You can see which one of you knows the most about Friends, for example. I guarantee you it's not as much as I know because I am the ultimate Friends champion when it comes to quizzes. But here's another idea. This is great for the summer months. Get ice cream. You could buy ice cream from a store and you can eat it together. It could be part of your picnic date, or you could go somewhere, get a nice gelato or sorbet, and you can wander around and kind of take in all the sights. You can be a tourist in your own hometown and wander around with an amazing ice cream. How about this? A cozy date night idea for at home is making a blanket fort. Get the blankets and the pillows and create your own blanket fort. Put your pajamas on, bring in some snacks, put your laptop in, and you can watch a movie together. It's just really cozy and fun. Okay, so I've already mentioned what you could do if you've got your ice cream and you're wandering around, but you can be tourists in your own hometown. So loads of places have, free museum tours that you can do, or just lovely walks that you can do, and you can explore the town. Pretend you're tourists and go and explore your own hometown together, and let that be a fun, exploring, adventurous date day. Okay, so can you believe we're only halfway through our list? I still have another 9 ideas for you. How about watching a comedy show? So there's nothing quite as fun as laughing together. So if you have any comedy show performances that you can watch live, a live comedian is always fun to watch. But if you can't get your hands on tickets for any of those live performances, or maybe you are all out of money and you want to do something a bit more affordable, there's always something online or on Netflix, something that's going to just make you laugh out loud. And it's always so much fun. Okay, the next idea is one that I haven't tried yet. It's called grocery store pick and mix. And I would love to try this because there are different variations. So the simple variation is that you and your partner go to a grocery store and you have different things you're going to buy. So for example, you're going to buy a packet of crisps and you're going to share that. So what you do is you'll close your eyes and you'll move your hands along the different packets of crisps until your partner says stop. And whatever your hand is touching, that's the flavor that you buy and that's what you're enjoying together. And then you repeat that with drinks and chocolates and different snacks. But the other variation is a little more complicated, but it seems really fun. So you have different categories. So you go into the grocery store together, and let's say the first category is your partner's favorite color. So you would each separate and you would find something for the other person that's in their favorite color. So if your partner's favorite color is purple, you could buy flowers, you could buy something to wear, you could buy a snack that's purple, or a book that's purple, or a face mask that's purple. And then the different categories could be things like your partner's favorite snack or favorite drink, and then an activity to do together. And that's where you can get things like a game or something that you can do as part of your date. Okay, next date night idea is another one you can do at home. You can create a spa experience. So you can get out the massage oils, you can have scented candles, you can create a really lovely romantic experience of treating each other to facials and massages and all kinds of spa experiences at home. Okay, now this one is for the romantic people at heart. Write love letters. Now, when was the last time that you whipped out a pen and a piece of paper and you wrote a love letter to your partner? Well, this is the perfect opportunity. You can spend time at home together writing love letters. And this is really great if your love language or your partner's love language is words of affirmation. Now, this is a fun game. Hide and seek. Who doesn't love a good game of hide and seek? You can play it at home, Or if your home is maybe not very big, or if you know all the hiding spots already, you can make it a bigger game of hide and seek, and you can go to a big grocery store and you could play hide and seek there. It's a fun, cheeky little game that only you guys will know you're playing, but that's what makes it super fun because no one else will be in on it. It's just you guys. Okay, I've got 4 more date ideas for you. This one is a treasure hunt. So again, it's something you could do at home or you can do it across your whole town. So you can have all kinds of clues that lead to different items or different locations that your partner has to figure out. And your clues can rhyme, or your whole treasure hunt can be themed based on a color or a topic of some kind, or their favorite TV show, or something that's an inside joke between you guys. And now this is an obvious date night idea, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's always fun to have a movie night. Pick a movie that is really romantic, like a love story of some kind, or even better, you can pick a movie that's a little bit scary and forces you to cuddle up because it keeps you feeling like you're safe when you're with your other half. And now this is a really fun idea. You can go fruit or vegetable picking. So now we actually have a farm that's local to us, and my husband and I have gone with our families and we've picked seasonal produce. Like we've gone corn picking, you can go pumpkin picking, you can go berry picking. And the fun part is that not only are you picking seasonal produce, but you can do something with it as part of your date experience. So for example, if you're going pumpkin picking, you can go home, roast the pumpkin and make a pumpkin soup. How fun is that? Another final date idea. This is something that my husband and I tried in lockdown. So confession time, you can learn a dance. Okay, YouTube is full of dance tutorial videos. And I actually convinced my husband to learn how to do a dance from High School Musical. You know, We're All in This Together, the song at the end of the first movie. We learnt about half of it and we are terrible at it, but it was so much fun and we were laughing and we just had a really good time together being silly and, not caring what anybody thinks because of course we will never show anybody that dance, but it's just a fun thing that we did. So there you have it, 18 creative date ideas for all kinds of budgets, mostly small budgets, but don't forget the challenge. I would love to see what date nights you guys end up doing. So if you've picked something from my list, please post about it on Instagram and tag Weddings Online because I would love to see what dates you guys go on. But also if you go on any other dates and you're just embracing the romance and you're keeping the spark alive in your relationship, I would love to see what you guys do and be inspired by your date ideas too. Now, don't forget, this is a weekly podcast, so next week's episode is all about things not to forget when planning your wedding. So if you're a list maker, if you like to tick things off to help you keep track of everything, next week's episode is for you because it's all about the things you don't want to forget. Well, thank you for listening today. This Wedding Wednesdays podcast is produced by me, Kelly, and mixed, mastered, and edited by Glenn Hartman. For more wedding planning tips, advice, checklists, and more, visit weddingsonline.ie.